About 4 years ago, my township placed a new ordinance which forbids new freestanding flagpoles. This was to curb obnoxious political flag wars. It didn't work, as most involved in such things already had flagpoles, sometimes multiple, or just mounted them to their trucks. I had a flagpole, which about 3 years ago, while on vacation, was presumably knocked over by a drunk driver, never caught. I thought, since my original pole was grandfathered in, confirmed at onset of ordinance, a new pole wouldn't be a problem. I was quickly sent a warning and lost my appeal, having to remove the new pole. This saddened me, so I went looking through town ordinances, and lo and behold, there's no limit to how many single flags can be mounted on your buildings via poles. Hurrah! I now have 3 flagpoles on my garage. From left to right, American flag, POWMIA remembrance flag. The third flag gets rotated per what I find humorous or speaks to me, usually non-political unless it's my "you're both idiots" flag. Currently, it is a Jolly Roger. Yes, I am a pirate, 200 years too late. This setup is specific. The American flag is the largest, and I don't want it smacking the house. And with the way the house is set up, no matter if you come from left or right, you'll first see the American flag, then the POW flag, followed by my last one. All 3 flags I have just replaced as of the first week of April. Now I've had my share of headbutting with the HOA down the street. I'm not part of them. Sometime in the past few years, they have decided that houses in the HOA are only allowed 1 American flag and 1 military flag on the condition you served in that branch. Not my circus. They can dictate that if they want. Oddly enough, I have talked to the current head of the HOA. The HOA has no issue with my flags. The color I painted my shed, however, that's another story. And now, on to the story. Loose dogs. I woke up this weekend to find 2 strange dogs playing in my yard. They quickly decide I'm a friend and follow my commands once they realize I have treats. Awesome sauce. I secure the dogs, making one a quick collar because I live on a busy street and it's obvious they are someone's pets. Before I get the chance to try to call the number on the one dog's tag, 2 older teenage girls run up looking for them. They don't have leashes, so I loan them a couple of old leashes and find out that they've recently moved into the HOA. They promised to return my leashes and makeshift collar later that day. No big deal. Worst case, I'm out something I really wasn't using anyways, and I've done my good deed for the day. A little bit later, I'm working in my garage tending to some seedlings I'm trying to get to grow, and I hear voices outside. Me equal me, G12 equal girls who picked up the dogs, OM equal ornery man. G1, it was definitely this house. I remember the flags. I hit the remote to fully open the door. Ornery man. I can't quite tell what he says, but I hear flags a few times, and G2, he's nice grandpa. Me, hey, welcome back. G1, sorry again they got loose. Thank you for your help. Hands me back my leashes. Me, no worries, it happens. I'm sure they'll get used to the area soon, but try to keep an eye on them. There are predators around. Girls, we'll try, thank you. Ornery man, what's with the flags? Looks at pirate flag, we're not at sea. Me used to have a flagpole, but it got knocked down. Thought the house looked odd with only 2, so I put up a 3rd for balance and whimsy. Ornery man, well, the HOA only allows 2 at maximum. Me, didn't know they had that limit. I did, just don't care. Ornery man, well, you should. Me, I'm not part of the HOA, so if they want 2 maximum, it really doesn't affect me. Ornery man, well, you should follow their rules. It'll make for a better neighborhood. At this point, the girls try to get him to change subject or leave. Me, I've had plenty of issues with them trying to push their rules on me. I'd rather they just stay over there with their rules. The girls look anxious and say goodbye, trying to convince Grandpa to go with them, but he stays behind. Ornery man, but they bring up your property values. You should want to bring up theirs. He looks around, for example, by painting your house. Me, holds up dominant hand, currently wrapped and recovering from surgery. It's too cold right now to paint, and I'm recovering from surgery, but it will get done this summer. Ornery man, well, at least you'll take down the flags when you paint. They're an eyesore. Me, I like them, and as soon as the paint's dry, they'll go right back up. Ornery man, but you should comply with the HOA rules. Me, I purposely did not buy a house in a HOA, and that HOA has given me enough headaches over the years. If the HOA wants them down, they can try to take me to court again. Ornery man, see just more reason you should do what the HOA rulebook says. You won't lose in court. Me laughing. I've had enough of this conversation. Please have a good rest of your day. I hit the remote to close the door. Ornery man pounds on the garage door, and I threaten to call the police. After a few, I hear him muttering some words, stupid flags, and why along with some odd noises. I go out the front door to see him literally hanging by my American flag. Me, what in the F are you doing? Ornery man, I'm taking down these eyesores. Me, get the F off my property now. At this point, he loses his grip on the flag, causing him land on my cement driveway. Ornery man, I'm going to sue you. I could have gotten hurt. Me, I would have helped you up, but since you've mentioned suing me, that won't be happening. Ornery man takes another yank on the flag and ends up falling into the grass this time. Give me your insurance information or I'll sue you. Me, look, idiot. That flag and pole ain't going anywhere. As for my insurance and suing me, go ask your beloved HOA how that ended for them. A car pulls up with another man and the girls. Me, looks like your ride's here. Get the duck off my property. Man, hey, don't talk to my dad like that. Me, well, he doesn't seem to respond to polite requests. Man, oh my God, he's bleeding. Me, yep, and I would have helped him if he didn't threaten to sue me. Man, he what? Me, yep, he tried to tear down my flags, fell off the flag, and threatened to sue me. Man turns out red, what? You probably pushed him. Me never touched him points at camera. It's all been recorded if you want to see for yourself. Man turns to his dad. What the heck are you getting us into now? Get in the car, Dad. Ornery man takes another try, this time at the MIA flag, and I catch him before he runs headlong into my house. Me, seriously, dude. Ornery man, get your hands off me. This is assault. I was going to try to be sure he was steady, but he decides to try to fight me, so I just let go. He ends up falling over onto my work truck's bumper. Ornery man, I'm going to sue you and your company for this. I just laugh at this. Man picks up his dad and shoves him into the car. As they drive away, Ornery man rolls down the window and shouts, "Your flags are an eyesore." Later that day, the doorbell rings. It's the girls with their dogs. I brace for everything and anything, not knowing what was going to be said. I give my dog a futile subtle command, futile due to 2 dogs in her yard, before stepping outside. Turns out Grandpa was supposed to give me some money for saving their dogs. They aren't really sure what's up with his issue with the flags, but admit they think he may be having some dementia issues. I do ask if he's okay. They said he's fine and only received some minor scrapes and bruises, and honestly, I am glad he's only got minor injuries. They insist I take the money, and I finally negotiate to only taking half. I joke that if they say I took it all and it ever gets brought up, I'd play dumb, which they laugh and agree to. As they get ready to leave, they tell me that they like my flags, especially the pirate one. Note, yes, this was all recorded. However, there's just way too much identifying information. Work logos, tattoos, names on clothing, geolocation. It would just be a blurry mess to obscure it all, and I do not want to accidentally dox someone or myself, so I will not be sharing it. My mother died when I was 12. At the moment of her death, our family could have been the stuff of movies. We had not seen our father in a couple of years, and we were well used to a life without any adult input. I had found my mother dead, called the ambulance, and the neighbors all witnessed the spectacle. By afternoon, there were her friends going through her closet. Before illness had stolen it, my mother's true pride was her looks. She was beautiful, with stunning red hair. Even after the ravages of her illness, she was very pretty. She had a green silk dress that was a treasure from the times before everything went bad. In that dress, she could still silence a room. I stood at her bedroom door and watched these women try on her clothes. One of them grabbed the emerald dress, and immediately the women started to fight over the prize. They all wanted it. One woman claimed it, but another grabbed it out of her hand and immediately locked it in her car. Attention took over the room. I stood and watched, powerless. The hyenas who did not get the dress started to bargain their pilfered loot to exchange for the dress, but no deals were made. Word of my mom's death must have gotten to the high school, and my older siblings were now walking in the door. My brother was a successful drug dealer who at 17 ruled our house. We all feared him. Even her friends knew he was dangerous. He had once taken a gun to my mother's head. Seeing him approaching the house, the women stopped what they were doing, and we all held our breath, but he did not come inside, so they returned to their looting. In the moment, I totally forgot I was afraid of him. I forgot that I believed he hated us. I forgot the gun. I showed him, and my older sister, the dress locked in the Vulture's car. Mom's stuff was piled on the seats of various friends' cars, but we all were focused on the dress. I went back in to witness the harvest of our home. On the day of the funeral, my brother was a different kid. He stood tall and brave. He made sure to escort each and every one of those vultures up to see our mother laid out in the coffin, adorned in the green dress. Hi guys, it's my first time meeting such a situation, so I am a bit confused. Please bear with me, for English is my second language. Some background story. The previous house was owned by my parent, about 850 feet. They bought it since 2003, and it was previously owned by another owner. My parents spent almost $5,000 for the repair and upgrade of the house. We replaced the floor marble, repaint the walls, upgrade, repair the bathrooms, checking pipes, replace the main door to a French door style, and also upgrade the kitchen. Anyway, back to the story. Recently, my parent bought a new home because they want to be near to their friends and relatives. Because of that, they are selling the previous house and planning to use the money for upgrading the new house. They hired a real estate agent to help with the process and contractors to check if there are any damages need to replace. Last month, a buyer was interested in buying because of the location near her boyfriend's house. She came few times to inspect the house and even hired a lawyer to be a witness. My parent don't mind and try their best to assist. After a week, she was satisfied and agreed to buy the house, went to the bank to get loan. That is where the problem starts. Let's call her K and the lawyer L. K recently demanded some furnitures of the house to give it to her. The furniture she requested are the air condition, fans, television, closet, insisted because it's made out of wood and marble, and bed frame for 3 of the bedrooms. She even asked the lawyer to write down in the contract that stated my parent willingly gave it to her. My parent doesn't want any confrontation, just agree accept the bed frame and the closet. When she found out, she get more and more demanding, asking for discount, more furniture, and even ask my parent to pay the maintenance fee until she moves in, including when she repair the house, my parent must continue to pay the maintenance fees. My parent fed up with her and won't sell the house if she keep more demand. She quiet down. After the bank loan was approved the following week, she applied for the loan and the money is in. My parent moved out and gave her the keys, temporary stay with me. This wasn't the end of the story. Last week, she contacted us and demanded my parent to pay the repair cost and upgrade of the house. Like what? My parent couldn't keep up with her, so they asked me to handle her. This is the following conversation. K, where are your parent? I need to speak with them about the housing repair. Me, miss, did you think you were buying a brand new house? Why would they pay for anything that is under your own? K, they lied to me. There are few damages on the walls, so they must repair and upgrade my house for the inconvenience that they cause. Me, am I dreaming? Miss, when the contract sign and the ownership already transfer, the house repair upgrade is no longer my parents' business. K, if they didn't do what I ask, I will sue you. Me, have a good day, miss. After I closed the call, she kept bombarded message and threatened to use lawyer. actually contact the lawyer that she hire. My dad become friends with the lawyer. Elle told me she actually insisted him to add in extra condition in the contract, without my parent knowledge, that they must bear the cost of anything up to 3 years. What? Anyway, now I am just waiting for the lawyer letter, I guess.